Perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. A murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything. Once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish, time after time. For that is your fate, the fate of the cursed.
Everybody, And welcome to Falcon Plays Dark Souls 2, and fuck man, it was hard as hell to kind of keep my excitement while checking that starting cutscene and whatnot. That's the proper terminology, right? Starting cutscene, whatever it might be. But yeah, we're finally playing Dark Souls 2, finally. It's finally out, man. It's so weird because like January alone, I was like, fuck man, March 11 is still so far off. And now it's March 11 and the game's out and I'm over here playing and I'm just kind of like, oh shit. Time really flies by, and it's terrifying, man. Like, you know, just like 2 months ago, you're just kind of like, man, March, that's so far off. Now it's like, you know, 2 months in already, and it's like, you know, wow, time really flew by. It's terrifying because, you know, just getting older, man. It's really a scary thing. But yeah, Dark Souls. I haven't really played much around with this yet before I started recording. I did the tutorial portion just to kind of get a feel as to what's going on, but, so far, I'm really running blind here, but other than a few locations that I already know of, and we'll walk through that and whatnot here. So let's pick up this item, you get a rusted coin, yada yada yada. You don't start off like you do it in Dark Souls 1, where you basically get into the starter select screen, you detail your guy out to whatever degree you can, and you pick a class and a gift, yada yada yada. You don't do that till a little bit inward, or onward I should say, my wayward son. Let's actually not dick around here too much. I could fight these guys. There's really no point in doing it so right now, especially without a weapon. They'll pretty much wreck my shit. There's a little bit of a small hidden passage over here, which you probably don't want to go in through there just yet. As you can probably tell by these big-ass footsteps, not really the best sort of a situation you want to get into, because there is... Oh, homeboy isn't there yet. Oh no, he's there, he's totally there. I'm not gonna fuck with him though. We'll fuck with him later, just not right now, because otherwise he's gonna just push my shit in. I mean, he did it to me a few times when I was actually playing this game for the first time, and I wanted to get a feel for it. And, you know, I'm not really looking forward to him doing it again. There's a few little items here, there, and there that you can kind of grab and drop by, I believe. Well, let's actually play the side of caution here and actually go around, because you can get this item through this side as opposed to just jumping out from that area. And you're gonna get a small, smooth, and silky stone, which, it's kind of interesting. You kind of use it as a trade item. Now, all of you Dark Souls and Demon Souls veterans will probably know what you would probably use something smooth and silky for. Not in that perverse fashion, though. I'm not trying to get about that. I'm just, it's a reference to an older character, a recurring character.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse.
It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
Alright, try to recall your name. I'm not really sure, man. Even on a really day-to-day basis, I don't really know my name here. We are doing this the PS3 version, by the way. Let's gonna go ahead and just, you know, just because I really can't formulate an original thought whatsoever to save my life, let me just name this man, Falcon, I guess, after yours truly and whatnot. I can kind of live my, I guess, shortcomings in life through a video game and be like, yeah, that's me right there. I'm the chosen undead, or whatever the hell we might be this time around. So Falcon, yeah, that's what I wanted to be, okay. You're sure that's your name? Well, really it's not, but I'll go with it.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Right, so basically once they give you the human effigy, it's kind of like a way for you to kind of make yourself and whatnot. What's weird about that human effigy is that it kind of, as you can see, the first part of it, or the front part, kind of had like this really prominent, I guess, tone to like the rest of it, kind of showing the affliction, the curse of the dark sign or whatever that you actually saw in the opening intro. It's pretty interesting about that. So let's go ahead and start with our class and gift here. As for class, I've kind of looked around. I see basically a lot more upsides than starting with somebody with a shield, because I'm kind of a turtler when it comes to like Dark Souls, where I kind of need a shield at all times. You could also start doing like two-wielding or dual-wielding and whatnot. It's probably a lot easier in this game than it was in the originals, I hear. But, you know, I personally went with the Explorer, and I kind of want to do this again. I kind of dug the fact that he starts off with a few extra items. He doesn't have a shield, he only has a dagger, so it kind of makes him a little bit gimped in that aspect. But at the same time, you know what, I kind of like the idea. Plus, look at this motherfucker, look how he's decked out. He's got a fucking, like, eagle on his shoulder, or an owl, or a falcon, God forbid, you know, so whatever, let's just go with the Explorer. So Explorer's gonna be. The gift, none of these really resonate as to, like, you know, none of them really seems really crazy like, the Master Key did in Dark Souls. Life Ring, you know, slight increase of increased HP, you know, not really that great, especially once you start finding better rings, I'm sure. Human Effigy, a familiar looking effigy returns the Hollow Life, so this will be kind of work like your quote-unquote humanity in a sense. Not really that interested in that. Healing Wares, you know, I already have a few, so fuck it. Homeward Bone, Basically, when I chose one the first time when I ran through the tutorial at least, I was looking at either the seed of Tree of Giants, which, a seed grown from a Tree of Giants, inedible, so it doesn't really tell you much about it, meaning, maybe I could use it for something. The Bonfire Ascetic, toss into a bonfire to raise the strength of nearby foes, only for those who seek greater challenge. You know what, I'm not really a pro MLG in this game just yet, or anytime soon, so I don't necessarily need that. And finally, the last thing is Petrified Something, a simple petrified lump, and maybe of some use someday. So this kind of works kind of like the Talisman in Dark Souls, where you're just kind of like, huh. And then, you know, for all you know, like one of the creators came out and saying, oh yeah, I would probably choose the Petrified Something, because, you know, makes you want to think that way. So I guess I'll go with it. Other than that, you got the Seed of Tree Giant, yeah. I'm not sure which one to get, man. It's either the Seed, I got the Seed last time around, obviously didn't do anything for me. And then this thing over here too. You know what, I'll probably play this game again on my own time after done the first time around. So let me just take the Seed of Tree of Giants again, and we'll go with that. So yeah, let's finalize the creation. Is this your true self? I guess I could kind of customize my guy, but I'm not really in the mood for that. So whatever, we're just gonna go roll with this, man. It doesn't even matter.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Alright guys, so let's basically take a little talk at these NPCs and whatnot. So basically we want to do a little bit of a in-depth type of walkthrough in a sense. I'm going to be able to talk in a lot of NPCs, checking out a bunch of items and whatnot, just kind of get a feel as to what's going on, try to find the quote-unquote lore of Dark Souls 2 essentially, whether there's one or not, as deep as Dark Souls 1 or not, we'll find out. Alright, so this one's just gonna laugh at us, no big deal there. Alright, good, cool. Thanks for that. How about you, lady?
You must go on a journey without rest. Well, I suppose if you find yourself at an impasse. But if your will is yet unbroken, then you may return here to start again. with a clean slate. Now, go along, go along. Now, go along.
Alrighty, so basically whether she means like you're gonna start here if you die with a clean slate, whether that means more than something other than this, I mean, I say other than this because there's a bonfire out here, so whether she's just talking about like the literal sense whether you're gonna die to an enemy and whatnot, you'll just respawn over here, or just in something other deeper meaning than that, you know, not really sure just yet, obviously, start the game. Alright, so most of them, they're just gonna be really cryptic about what they say, a lot of laughing, a lot of bullshit. The one of these people that kind of tells you the most about them, about these NPCs right here, is gonna be this one over here, the not old one, not the old one of these, that's kind of like the maid, I guess.
This is a limbo, a link between Drangleic and the outer world. Fair traveller, I know that you must have a story. Why else would you visit such a place? This lost, decayed kingdom. My name is Millibeth. The old women were once firekeepers. I am here to look after them. It is what my mother did, and her mother before her, and so on.
Alright, so that right there is probably the most big telling piece of information I'm gonna kind of hear in this area. Let me see if she has said anything else.
The old women were keepers of the fire, but now, and the kingdom is... The old women are sisters. I am told there was a fourth. Long ago, firekeepers were commonplace. But now they are lost, scattered to the winds. The old women assisted long ago, but now...
Alright, cool. So basically, this is the most telling NPC of this area right here. Basically, she'll tell you that basically what these people are over here are firekeepers. You know, you're familiar with Dark Souls 1. There were very few in Scar-Off, I guess, firekeepers in that game itself. And that's the case over here now, basically. The firekeepers have been, in a sense, kind of like, you know, pushed out of the way. Like, there's many few remaining. Very little few remaining, and what little few there are, they're kind of just hanging out here, I guess, demented, rocked off for their chair. I think the fireplace right here is a pretty good at telling that indication as to what's happened right there. But yeah, apparently this lady's pretty much looks after them, much like her mother beforehand, etc., because basically a long line of firekeeper and I guess firekeeper looker-afters and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty interesting, and other than that, you can kind of go up here and there's going to be an item for you to kind of grab over here. I forgot what this is already, but because, you know, I have the mind of an old man, so I forget about these things. The human effigy, right? Good. So, you're gonna start off with another human effigy, at least. So, I think we have two now, right? Or is it just one? I think it might just be one. I don't think that lady actually gave me a human effigy. She just, flaunted one in my face, right? I don't even have human effigies here. Well, never mind. Apparently, we have absolutely no human effigies now. Whatever I just grabbed right now was kind of my imagination, I guess. Really? Is that what just happened? That can't be right. Where is this human? Oh, there it is, right. Looks a little bit different on screen. Alright, so yeah, we only have one, basically. That lady showed me one, and it was just basically, I guess, a reflection of myself and whatnot. It gave me a chance to kind of create my own character. So I guess what we could do right now is actually just, rest at the fireplace over here, or light the bonfire, I should say. Baby, won't you light my bonfire? Alright, let me just, take a seat over here and just kind of reflect upon my travels so far, as I've gone really far off over here. There's gonna be another item over here. I'm not entirely sure what this is anymore, but let me knock this shit down. Soul of Lost Undead and a torch as well. Alright, good. Good. But either way, before we do that, we want to go back and fight that big monstrosity that I kind of ran away from earlier. Bonfires are places of respite. You may also light torches on them. Okay. And that is indeed really interesting. Again, you could also, yeah, like, there are going to be torches now in this game, which will kind of help you light areas a little bit better than you were, like, in Dark Souls and whatnot. I mean, some places in the Dark Souls could get really dark as shit, kind of like Demon Souls as well. You know, that's basically the thing. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. You know, I'm an imbecile, apparently. I guess it has to do with that 5 counter right there, but the thing is that I haven't been able to actually Like, you can see, if I go in my weapons, I don't see, like, a stick for me to actually light a fire, and same with the human, except with the items over here, too. So, you know, I guess I'll figure that out eventually, or somebody will yell at me, like, how to properly do it. Because, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of you already guys, like, pros at this game, and we're just kind of starting off and whatnot. But either way, alright, let's actually go and fight this beast over here, and, basically get my shit pushed in. I apologize for any background noise, my birds are going fucking deep shit insane today. Not entirely sure why. I guess I just figured I'm actually recording, so it's kind of like the perfect time to make all the noise in the fucking world. Because obviously, when I'm not recording, they're all quiet as hell. It's the moment I need some actual silence that they actually want to make all the noise in the world. Let me check out my guy over here. Look at this shit, man. This guy is such a baller. He's got like a fucking, like an owl or a falcon or an eagle on his shoulder. He's got a monocle as well. Can't go wrong with this dude, man. You gotta go with the Explorer. If you don't go with the Explorer, I'm sure you're doing it wrong, man. Basically, that's all I can really say. Alrighty, beast. Let's figure out how we're gonna do this real quickly. Life gem. Alrighty. Life gems are basically kind of like your go-to healing items now. As you can see, I don't even have an Estus flask just yet. I'm pretty sure I don't, anyway. So, you could get Estus flasks. They'll still around, but you kind of requires a bit more to actually use them now. With the life gems, what's cool about them is you can actually use them, and you could walk while you're doing it, so you're not kind of like frozen in place. But at the same time, they don't recover a large amount of health. They recover health over time. So that's something to keep in mind of over here. So the witching urn kind of works as like, you know, your fire bombs early in game, and your aromatic ooze kind of buffs your weapon, kind of like the sticky white stuff from Demon Souls, or, you know, pine resin, you know, fire coal resin, whatever the fuck in Dark Souls 1 that was the case. So for this, we're gonna obviously need let me buff my blade, I suppose. It'll probably be in my best interest. And also, let me get the witching urn over here and see how this goes. I had like kind of a hard time with this motherfucker last time around. Alrighty. Okay. No. Okay. No. Relax. Relax. You know, do your little stumble attack. Do your little stumble attack. You like doing it. It's a lot easier for me to dodge too. Okay, game. Camera. Fuck off. Okay. Oh, okay. Don't stagger me, bro. Alrighty. So he's gonna fall over, which is good. Fuck off. Fuck off. Alrighty. Let's just die already. Great start. Great start. Alright, you motherfucker. So, let's try this again. Witching urn, witching urn. Alrighty, and now let me just, no, wrong weapon! Or wrong attack! Okay. For some reason, I wanted to attack him with L1 suddenly. Like, I've never played this game before. Well, I haven't necessarily played this game, but like, I've never played a Dark Souls game before. So basically, you want to grab him to do a little twice attack thing. And then, that's a grab attack. You're gonna want to avoid that one too, believe me. Alrighty, so come at me. Come the fuck at me. Do your stumble attack. Alrighty, so basically, you want to egg that one on. You want to also actually hit when you actually try to dodge and attack him, or actually try to attack him. Not just fucking swing wildly in the air like I did there. Obviously, this is the reason why the Explorer is going to be a little bit more tougher to actually start off with. The lack of a shield is actually very jarring. And also, not only that, the dagger. Obviously, it's going to give you the most damage output imaginable. Alrighty, so come at me, man. I should have really buffed this weapon again, but I was a little bit terrified as to what was going to happen in case I died again. I don't want to really lose all of my items that fast. So yeah, you want to draw the double attack, and then the third one is going to be quite dodgeable when he falls over. You want to actually be removed away, because if he lands on you, it is going to hurt still. Don't fucking kill me, man. Again. It's fucking terrifying, so this is... Alrighty, there you go. Fall the fuck over. Okay, don't do it. Let me just fucking toss another Witcher in at you. Speed this process up a bit here. Alrighty, come on. We're almost there, man. Do your stumble attack. There we go, fall over. Don't get too greedy. Don't get too greedy! Okay, I got him. Okay, that was jarring. Alright, so we got it. You got 1,000 souls out of killing that guy, and you also get the stone rings, so it's probably, I'm not entirely sure how often. I actually got this item when I actually went through the tutorial the first time around, so I'm not sure I'm going to say this is going to be like a permanent drop by this guy all the time. So probably in your best interest to kind of get this dude out of the way so you get a stone ring. If I remember do correctly, or if I do remember correctly, I should say not remember do correctly, I am not Yoda. and I'm not using the force. Additional reduction of enemy poise, so this will kind of help you in terms of breaking guards and whatnot. So it's probably a good early ring to get for sure, especially because it's not too difficult. So that's the person who just died to this monster once and had all the hardest time in the world getting in the second time around. But and then if you kind of look around where he was hanging out at, you will find a gold pine resin, which I actually mentioned earlier. So there you go, gold pine resin and stone ring right off the bat right there. Something for you guys to grab. If you want to follow along in your own playthrough, kind of want to use this as a walkthrough and whatnot, there you go. Obviously, you might want to do as I do, or do as I say, not as I do, because obviously there's going to be a lot of wrongdoings as I do. A little bit more expertise when I talk about it, as opposed to actually try to, I guess, achieve it through my gameplay and whatnot. So I think that's pretty much the only items up and around here that I really do know of. We could go back outside and fight those little dreglins, or not dreglins, but those little dudes that were kind of running around and whatnot. But it's not really in my interest to do so. So I don't think really get much out of it, just other than like a few pitiful souls, I should say. But instead of that, let's actually just rest at the bonfire, get our health back up here, and we still haven't used the live gem, so that's actually going to be pretty good. Let's see, and in terms of burning, you could use their effigy to burn. What this does is use this item to reverse hollowing, obviously. It also weakens the links to other worlds, preventing evasions and most cooperation. Purely closed as an effigy, one begins to perceive a human form, but those who form takes it depends on the person looking. Alright, whatever. And then an item box over here, which you can actually drop your items. You don't necessarily need the bottomless box anymore, you can just basically drop items off initially. Attuned spells works as much as you'd imagine as it would in Dark Souls 1. If you're not familiar with Dark Souls 1, it basically works as a way to kind of equip your spells, but you need to basically open up your spell slots in order to actually equip them and whatnot. And traveling, well, you can travel right off the bat in this game now. However, you have to actually open up other places to travel to before you can do that. So that's one of the few things that has changed about this. Let's see, but other than that, I guess that we could kind of move forward on a bit over here and, well, you know what, actually, let's actually just call it an episode here. What I wanted to do, at least wrap up this episode by saying that we're going to be doing kind of like a slight extensive walkthrough of it. I'm going to be trying to cover as much as the area as possible. I'll be going over it through items. I'll be trying to exhausting character dialogues and whatnot, so you can try to get to the lore behind the story and whatnot. So it's gonna be a little bit deep in that aspect. I apologize if you're not cool with that, but that's kind of what I want to do in case, because I really like to find out the lores behind Dark Souls and things like that. I like to read about lores, and I actually try to do a little bit of discovering on my own. So we'll see how that goes. And there's gonna be a few cuts here and there, like, you know, in terms of like, you know, if I die somewhere, I don't want to necessarily retrace my steps back. If I do show anything that I retrace back, it's only going to be really like crazy, like something really exciting happened away or something really crazy that I want to show. Otherwise, I'll get like, you know, any sort of monotonous runbacks or anything like that out of the way, just to kind of keep the episodes kind of packed with a lot of, I guess, information and a bunch of gameplay, and not just a bunch of monotony and, I guess, repeating and whatnot. So either way, hopefully you enjoyed the first episode, and there's going to be plenty more to come for sure, and hopefully you stick around for it. If you do want to make this a Dark Souls playthrough that you kind of stick through and watch by, I appreciate. And since this is the first episode of the series, I really do appreciate any sort of a support in terms of likes and comments and anything like that. But other than that, guys, it's your prerogative to do so or not. But I hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you stick around, and I will catch you next time.